Battery feels exhausted, screen still glowing in my eyes. Clock above reception number says we both worked overtime. Outside rain has left the pavement shining under neon signs. Buses hiss along the main road, taillights drawing colored lines. You are waiting by the crosswalk with your jacket halfway zipped. Plastic bag of empty bottles hanging loosely from your grip. You look pale, you say so softly, you want a slower kind of light. Then you nod toward the corner where the doors stay on all night. Little bell above the entrance rings a tired, gentle tone. Every knot inside my ribcage starts to loosen when we go. In this all-night convenience store on the corner, I feel love. Soft clean guitars inside my heart beat like the ceiling lamps above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the fridge is humming low. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving flow. In this all-night convenience store on the corner, life feels real. Instant ramen, milk and biscuits while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of quiet aisles and your warm, unhurried hands. You pick up a cold sweet yogurt, say you skipped your evening meal. I admit I worked through lunchtime, chased a slide that did not heal. Tell you how my careful questions disappeared in louder waves. How I left that meeting shaken, carried numbers like a weight. You describe a tense decision where your care was pushed aside. How your gentle, patient insight never reached that restless tide. You just drop a pack of tea bags in a small blue plastic tray. Say the way you keep on caring keeps my world from slipping away. Every simple, honest sentence turns these shelves to sacred ground. Every small, unhurried chuckle makes the buzzing softer sound. In this all-night convenience store on the corner, I feel love. Soft, clean guitars inside my heart beat like the ceiling lamps above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage like the fridge is humming low. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving flow. In this all-night convenience store on the corner, life feels real. Instant ramen, milk and biscuits while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of quiet aisles and your warm, unhurried hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and restless inbox pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember barcode beeps and freezer glass. How we walk slow past the drink rows, letting heavy hours pass. We will follow glowing signboards when our strength feels paper thin. Let this simple corner refuge be the door we walk within. Office doors release the evening, screen still buzzing in my head. Neon streaks across the crosswalk, taxis breathing lines of red. You are waiting by the corner with an umbrella in your hand. Say the canal side stall is open, wanna sit and just feel land. Side street tilts toward the water, motorbikes in crooked rows. Tasty tables under awnings, raindrops tapping metal poles. When we reach that tiny kitchen with its pots and rising steam, every harsh fluorescent meeting starts to soften like a dream. You pull out a shaky chair and wipe the raindrops from my seat. Every knot inside as they pass. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this metal roof to glass. At this rainy noodle stall beside the canal, I feel love, soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the street lamps up above, warm low bass within my rib cage, like the boats that drift nearby, soft pop rock drums along my breathing, keep a gentle, steady time. At this rainy noodle stall beside the canal, life feels real, clouded water, rising vapor, while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of steaming bowls and your quiet, steady hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and restless inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember plastic stools and cooking flame, how the rain drew silver circles while you softly spoke my name. We will follow narrow pathways when our strength feels paper thin. Let this small canal side shelter be the door we walk within. Office doors release the evening, screen still buzzing in my head, neon streaks along the crosswalk, traffic humming, lines of red. You are waiting near the station with a leash inside your hand, smiling with our golden puppy, twirling circles where you stand. We could walk down by the river, let him run before we eat, so we cross beneath the flyover, leave the roaring metal stream. When we reach the little dog park, open gate and patchy grass, every harsh fluorescent meeting feels a little further back. You unclip his collar gently, throw the squeaky faded toy, every knot inside my rib cage loosens with that simple joy. In this after work dog park by the river, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the soft sky up above, warm low bass within my rib cage, like the water moving slow, soft pop rock drums along my breathing, keep a calm forgiving flow. In this after work dog park by the river, life feels real, tennis balls and muddy paw prints, while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of wagging tails and your warm unhurried hands. Puppy sprints between the benches, ears like flags in evening wind. You describe the tense discussion where your care slipped out of frame, how your quiet, patient insight never reached that crowded floor, how you typed polite responses while your chest was asking more. I confess my own confusion, fear my slower pace is wrong, that my softer way of working never sounds enough or strong. You just teach our clumsy puppy how to circle, come and stay. Say the way you keep compassion holds me steady through their waves. Every gentle, careful sentence turns this fence field into grace. Every shared small within. Office doors release the neon numbers buzzing in my head. Turnstiles beep along the concourse floor, reflects the traffic red. You are waiting near the exit with a basket in your hand. Say my building's machines are broken, there is one more washing stand. Down a side street by the station where the taxis drift in rows. Faded sign with blinking letters, metal shutters halfway closed. When you push the glass door gently, bells ring soft above the tiles. Every harsh fluorescent meeting starts to loosen from my mind. Rows of spinning silver drum doors, plastic chairs against the wall. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly starts to feel less tall. In this late night laundromat beside the station, I feel love. Soft clean guitars inside my heart beat like the strip lights up above. One low bass within my ribcage like the washer's steady sound. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm unhurried round. In this late night laundromat beside the station, life feels real. Folding t-shirts on the counter while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of turning cotton in your quiet steady hands. You pour powder in the drawer slot, choose a cycle, press one key. Say the meeting stole your voice box, left your thoughts without a seat. How your careful quiet insight never reached that crowded floor. How you wrote the follow-up summary with your chest still wanting more. I admit I almost shattered when my slide slipped out of place. Kept my smile politely lifted while my hope thinned into space. You just hand me crumpled receipts, ask me help to smooth them flat. Call my softer way of moving something you can lean against. Spinning windows blur our faces, colors whirl in gentle rings. Every simple tender sentence turns this tiled room into spring. This late night laundromat beside the station, I feel love. Soft clean guitars inside my heart beat like the strip lights up above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the washer's steady sound. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm unhurried round. In this late night laundromat beside the station, life feels real. Folding t-shirts on the counter while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of turning cotton in your quiet steady hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and restless inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember humming drums and plastic seats, how we turned a load of laundry into space to simply breathe. We will follow rainy pavements when our strength feels paper thin. Let this glowing corner washroom be the door we walk within. clicking pale, soft daylight, station tiles still holding night. Coffee adverts on the pillars promise strength for second tries. You are waiting near the exit with your jacket on your arm. Say I found a tiny bakery, wanna walk there, take it calm. Side street turns away from traffic, scooters hum then slowly fade. Metal gate with painted letters, curtains barely pulled away. When we push the wooden doorway, smell of sugar, butter, steam. Every leftover anxiety starts to loosen from my seams. You pull out a crooked chair and place my laptop by my knee. Every knot inside my ribcage starts to open quietly. In this morning bakery on the side street, I feel love. Soft, clean guitars inside my heart beat like the window light above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage, like the kettle's gentle tone. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm awake still flow. In this morning bakery on the side street, life feels real. Fresh bread cooling by the counter while you ask me how I feel. If today stacks heavy targets more than courage understands, I will think of flaky pastry and your steady warming hands. You unwrap your simple breakfast, tear it gently into two. Slide the larger half toward me like it always belonged here too. You describe last week's decision, where your care was set aside. How your careful quiet inside never reached that busy tide. I admit I woke this morning scared my slower pace is wrong, that my softer way of working never sounds enough or strong. You just tap my mug of cocoa, let your shoulder rest on mine. Say your way of seeing gently keeps my scattered world in line. Every gentle simple sentence turns this tiny room to grace. Every early sleepy chuckle paints warm color on your face. In this morning bakery on the side street, I feel love. Soft clean guitars inside my heart beat like the window light above. Warm low bass within my ribcage, like the kettle's gentle tone. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm awake still flow. In this morning bakery on the side street, life feels real. Fresh bread cooling by the counter while you ask me how I feel. If today stacks heavy targets more than courage understands, I will think of flaky pastry and your steady warming hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and restless inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember jam jars lined along this shelf, how we planned to face the deadlines while we softened with ourselves. We will follow early footpaths when our strength feels paper thin. Let this little side street bakery be the door we walk within. Office lobby feels like static, numbers clinging to my eyes. Turnstiles beep in rush succession, footsteps pouring in tonight. I step out toward the buses, row of headlights in a line. Air still smells of hot concrete and a long fluorescent day. You are waiting near the railing with your bag against your side. Tiny buckets full of flowers gathered close beneath the sign. When you lift ask if I can stay a while. Every leftover instruction starts to loosen with your smile. You say colors on this corner make the metal city soft. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly starts to drift aloft. At this small flower stall beside the bus stop, I feel love. Soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the station lights above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage like the engines on the road. Gentle pop drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving flow. At this small flower stall beside the bus stop, life feels real. Paper sleeves and drops of water while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow loads my shoulders more than courage understands, I will think of rusted buckets and your quiet, tender hands. You pick out a simple bundle, not the grand, expensive kind. Tie it with a piece of ribbon someone left behind last night. Tell me how your early meetings spun too fast for careful thought. How your steady, honest questions floated past them, left untouched. I admit I lost my center when my graph refused to show. Kept my answers smooth and certain while my heart sank down below. You just tuck one gentle blossom in the buttonhole I wear. Say you bring a softer season every time you're simply there. Buses sigh along the curbside, petals glisten in the breeze. Every quiet, simple sentence turns this stop into a piece. At this small flower stall beside the bus stop, I feel love. Soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the station lights above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage like the engines on the road. Gentle pop drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving flow. At this small flower stall beside the bus stop, life feels real. Paper sleeves and drops of water while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow loads my shoulders more than courage understands, I will think of rusted buckets and your quiet, tender hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls. Stacked up decks and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want this corner printed right inside my mind. Wet gray pavement, scent of jasmine, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow painted crossings when our strength feels paper thin. Let this tiny flower shelter be the door we walk within. Screen still glowing in my mind. Turnstiles beeping, tired sequence, footsteps pouring into lines. You wait near the station exit with a tote bag on your arm. Point toward a tiny staircase under flickering yellow sign. Second floor above the streetlights, glass door fogged with evening air. Shelves of boxes, quiet tables, mugs of cocoa everywhere. When we choose a corner table near the window facing tracks, every harsh fluorescent memory starts to loosen, starts to crack. You say to In this board game cafe near the station, I feel love. Clean electric guitar inside my heartbeat like soft bulbs above. Warm low bass moves gently with the trains behind the glass. Quiet pop rock drums in rhythm as our breathing settles fast. Stacks of colored cardboard cities spread between our resting arms. While you ask about my daylight with a voice that never harms. If tomorrow builds more targets than my courage understands, I will think of wooden tokens and your steady, gentle hand. You unpack a worn-out rulebook, shuffle cards with practiced care. Tell me how the morning meeting stole the patience you had spared. How your quiet, thoughtful questions never crossed that crowded floor. How you type the final minutes with your chest still asking more. I admit my hidden worry that my slower pace is wrong. That my softer way of working never sounds enough or strong. You just pass the starting marker, let it rest beside my thumb. Say your way of seeing detail keeps my scattered spirit strong. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this tiny room to grace. Every shared small burst of laughter paints warm color on your face. In this board game cafe near the station, I feel love. Clean electric guitar inside my heartbeat like soft bulbs above. Warm low bass moves gently with the trains behind the glass. Quiet pop rock drums in rhythm as our breathing settles fast. Stacks of colored cardboard cities spread between our resting arms. While you ask about my daylight with a voice that never harms. If tomorrow builds more targets than my courage understands, I will think of wooden tokens in your steady, gentle hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and restless inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember tiny houses on this board. How we traded harsh predictions for soft turns and kinder scores. We will follow narrow stairways when our strength feels paper thin. Let this quiet board game evening be the door we walk within. Office lift door sigh behind me, spreadsheets buzzing in my head. Mall lights flicker through the windows, food court nearly going dead. You wait near the station entrance with a paper cup of tea. Point beneath the long glass walkway where the shops begin to sleep. Tiny booth under the escalator hums in gentle neon red. Curtain hanging slightly crooked, sample photos taped instead. When you lift that plastic doorway, hold it open just for me. Every sharp fluorescent sentence loses half its grip on me. You say let these four small pictures tell a softer kind of truth. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly loosens next to you. In this photo booth under the escalator, I feel love. Soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the moving steps above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the late trains down the line. Gentle pop rock drums along my breathing, keep a calm, forgiving time. Flashes catch our crooked faces. eyes still halfway at my screen. You just grin and make a silly shape to bend the day between. You describe a long discussion where your care was pushed aside. How your quiet, patient insight never reached that restless tide. I admit I almost folded when my slide fell out of place. Sat there answering their questions with a half-erased brave face. You just nudge my knees so gently as the countdown starts again. Say your softer way of seeing pulls me back from every edge. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this cramped booth into grace. Every small, unhurried chuckle paints new color on your face. In this photo booth under the escalator, I feel love, soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the moving steps above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage like the late trains down the line. Gentle pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving time. Flashes catch our crooked faces stacked in tiny paper frames while you ask about my daytime with a voice that holds my name. If tomorrow loads my shoulders more than courage understands, I will think of laughing snapshots in your steady, tender hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lips and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember how this curtain closed us in, how the world turned quiet outside while our real selves stepped within. We will take these little pictures where our strength feels paper thin. Let this slow lit hidden corner be the door we walk within. Office doors release the evening, elevators fade behind. Neon buses trace the corners, emails linger in my mind. You are waiting by the taxi stand with jacket in your hand. Say the old hotel has access, wanna see the roof tonight. Lobby smells like polished decades, carpet soft beneath our feet. Faded portraits near the staircase, quiet band in distant suite. When we push the final doorway, feel the colder open air. Every harsh fluorescent sentence loses volume in my chest. City skyline wraps around us, water shivers tinted blue. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly loosens next to you. At this rooftop pool at the old hotel, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the skyline lights above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the traffic distant music, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow narrow hallways when our strength feels paper thin. Let this aging hotel heaven be the door we walk within. Corridors fall silent, lips get one last weary sigh. Neon buzzes skirt the corners, emails linger in my mind. You text checking line is moving, are you free to meet me here? So I ride the late train outwards, drag my carry-on fears. Terminal doors, breathe out travelers, rolling cases. Plastic tech screens announce their rows of cities blinking blue in tidy ranks. When I find you near departures, jagged folded on your arm, every harsh fluorescent briefing slips a little from my heart. You say there is one more window where the noise feels far and small. Every knot inside my ribcage starts to loosen when you call. At this airport observation deck at dusk, I feel love soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the runway lights above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the engines on the ground. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm unhurried sound. At this airport observation deck at dusk, life feels real. Jets draw silver over violet while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more distance than my courage understands, I will think of quiet glass and your warm, unhurried hands. We lean into tall cold windows, watch a baggage truck crawl past. You describe your final meeting, how the time dissolved too fast, how your careful quiet insight never reached that crowded floor, how you packed your small apartment with a heart still wanting more. I admit my hidden worry that my slower pace is wrong, and my softer style of working never sounds enough or strong. You just trace a tiny circle in the fog your breathing makes. Say your way of holding detail keeps me steady through these breaks. Every gentle simple sentence turns the scale line into grace. Every shy exhausted chuckle paints warm color on your face. At this airport observation deck at dusk, I feel love soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the runway lights above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the engines on the ground. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm unhurried sound. At this airport observation deck at dusk, life feels real. Jets draw silver over violet while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more distance than my courage understands, I will think of quiet glass and your warm, unhurried hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and restless inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember blinking tails against the sky, how we traced the lines of runways, let our tired voices sigh. We will keep this dust departure folded deep inside our minds, follow signs through future terminals, back to where our hearts align. left along the road. You are waiting at the corner with a canvas bag of knives. Smile and wave a printed leaflet, say they teach new meals inside. Down the stairs beneath the library, through a half-unlocked glass door. Long steel benches, hanging aprons, rows of taps along the wall. When I tie a check cloth loosely, see you fastening yours too. Every leftover instruction feels less heavy next to you. You say, here we chop our worries into pieces small and kind. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly loosens in my mind. And this Sunday cooking class in the community kitchen, I feel love. Soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the sky lights up above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the kettle starting low. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm forgiving flow. On this row of wooden cutting boards with flour on our sleeves, you keep asking how my week went with a voice that lets me breathe. If tomorrow builds new targets more than courage understands, I will think of simmering pots in your warm unhurried hands. Teacher shows us garlic slicing, careful fingers, gentle pace. You confess that last review round left you doubting all your grace. How your quiet, thoughtful questions never reached that crowded floor. How you sat and stirred your coffee, feeling smaller than before. I admit I held a tremor when my chart refused to load. Stood there giving calm responses while my chest turned into stone. You just pass a clumsy carrot, let me fix the crooked line. Say your way of tasting detail keeps my scattered world aligned. Steam lifts slowly from the saucepan, windows blur with scented air. Every soft unhurried sentence turns this tiled room into care. In this Sunday cooking class in the community kitchen, I feel love. Soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the sky lights up above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the kettle starting low. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm forgiving flow. On this row of wooden cutting boards with flour on our sleeves, you keep asking how my heart is with a tone that lets me breathe. If tomorrow builds new targets more than courage understands, I will think of simmering pots in your warm unhurried hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, stacked up decks and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember stainless bowls and borrowed stoves, how we turned our tired stories into soup that somehow glowed. We will follow faded flyers when our strength feels paper thin. Let this shared bright Sunday kitchen be the door we walk within. Release the neon numbers buzzing in my head. Clock above Reception whispers that we stay too long again. Crosswalk lights blink tired signals over taxis lined in rows. You wait by the curbside corner with a folder near your coat. Point across the narrow roadway where the sign glows pale and soft. Tiny late night copy center, shutter halfway, curtains off. When the sliding glass door opens, bell rings weak above the frame. Every sharp fluorescent sentence loses half its crowded weight. Stacks of paper, rows of toner, hum of printers in the back. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly starts to turn and slack. In this late night copy shop across from the office, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the strip lights up above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the low machines that run. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving drum. In this late night copy shop across from the office, life feels real. Drops of slides and curled resume is why you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow builds more targets than my courage understands, I will think of humming scanners and your steady, gentle hands. You spread pages on the counter, red pen resting by your thumb. Say the meeting turned your planning into something undefined. How your quiet, patient insight floated past that crowded room. How you rode the lift in silence, carrying that heavy gloom. I admit I felt transparent when my chart refused to load. Kept my answers smooth and measured while my hopes slid down the road. You just feed a crooked sheet in, press the button, watch it clear. Say your careful way of seeing keeps my scattered heart right here. Every soft unhurried sentence turns these tiles to sacred ground. Every small exhausted chuckle makes the buzzing softer sound. In this late night copy shop across from the office, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the strip lights up above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the low machines that run. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving drum. In this late night copy shop across from the office, life feels real. Drops of slides and curled resumers while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow builds more targets than my courage understands, I will think of humming scanners and your steady, gentle hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I will remember toner dust and plastic chairs, how we turned a stack of paper into room to breathe out there. We will follow crossing signals when our strength feels paper thin. Let this glowing corner print room be the door we walk within. with red. You wait near the last bus stop with your tote bag on your arm. Say there is a small night market, wanna walk there, lose the harm. Side street narrows past a gateway, painted dragons, incense smoke. Tell temple courtyard hums with chanting, quiet bells and hanging ropes. Just behind the outer wall line, strings of linen start to glow. Every harsh fluorescent meeting feels a little less in control. You say follow rows of paper light until your breathing slows. Every knot inside my ribcage starts to loosen as we go. At this lantern night market behind the temple, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the warm lamps up above, warm low bass within my ribcage, like the river out of sight. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, unhurried time. Tasted stools and smoky food stalls, fortune stalls along the way. Why you ask about my daytime with a voice that makes me stay? If tomorrow builds more targets than my courage understands, I will think of hanging lanterns in your quiet, steady hands. Vendors press small skewers forward, steam from broth and metal pans. You describe a sharp revision where your care was pushed aside, how your careful quiet insight never reached that busy tide. I admit my hidden tremor when my slide fell off the track, held my smile politely level while my hope stepped slowly back. You just pass a cup of sweet drink, let the ice ring round the rim, say your softer way of seeing keeps my crowded heart in spin. Prayer flags flutter over rooftops, smoke curls upward through the wires. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this alley into choir. At this lantern night market behind the temple, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the warm lamps up above, warm low bass within my ribcage, like the river out of sight. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, unhurried time. Tastic stools and smoky food stalls, fortune stalls along the way. While you ask about my daytime with a voice that makes me stay. If tomorrow builds more targets than my courage understands, I will think of hanging lanterns in your quiet, steady hands. Returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and restless inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want this pathway printed bright inside my mind, temple drums behind the fences, your kind profile by the signs. We will follow painted lanterns when our strength feels paper thin. Let this hidden nighttime market be the door we walk within. Office lift door sigh behind me, spreadsheet glow still on my skin, turnstiles beep in tired sequence, phones keep flashing tiny sins. You are waiting near the corner where the taxis never stay. Not toward a narrow passage lit by one old swinging shade. Down the back lane past the shutters, scooters sleeping side by side. Little door with smoky window, painted record hanging high. When we push it open gently, needle crackle cuts the air. Every harsh fluorescent memory loosens somewhere in my chest. You say pick the next slow record, let it spin instead of thoughts. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly loosens at your voice. In this tiny vinyl bar in the back alley, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the amber bulbs above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the traffic far away. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm unhurried sway. In this tiny vinyl bar in the back alley, life feels real. Dusty sleeves and wooden bar stools while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow builds more pressure than my courage understands, I will think of spinning records and your warm unhurried hands. You described the final meeting where your care was pushed aside. How your quiet, patient insight never reached that busy tide. I admit my hidden worry that my slower pace is wrong, that my softer way of working never sounds enough or strong. Bartender adjusts the volume, saxophone begins to rise. Glasses catch the low light gently, shadows drift across your eyes. You just slide my drink toward me, trace the water on the glass. Say your way of holding detail keeps my scattered heart intact. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this narrow room to grace. Every soft, exhausted chuckle paints warm color on your face. In this tiny vinyl bar in the back alley, I feel love, soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the amber bulbs above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage like the traffic far away. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, unhurried sway. In this tiny vinyl bar in the back alley, life feels real. Dusty sleeves and wooden bar stools while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow builds more pressure than my courage understands, I will think of spinning records and your warm, unhurried hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lips and restless inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want this doorway printed clear inside my mind. Faded posters, quiet counter, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow cramped side passages when our strength feels paper thin. Let this hidden vinyl shelter be the door we walk within. chairs in faded rows line up beneath the flickered signs. Vendors close their metal shutters, floor reflects fluorescent lines. When you wave me over softly, point toward an empty seat, every harsh committee echo loosens quietly in me. Say this is just a hallway hung between two restless towns. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly starts to settle down. In this overnight bus terminal between two cities, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the ceiling lamps above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the engines out of sight. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm unhurried time. In this overnight bus terminal between two cities, life feels real. Crinkled snacks and paper coffee while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow builds more distance than my courage understands, I will think of plastic armrests and your steady, gentle hands. You describe the final briefing, how your care was set aside, how your quiet, patient insight never reached that busy tide. I admit I almost crumbled when my graph refused to show. Held my posture near the whiteboard while my hopes slid far below. Loudspeaker repeats destinations, names of towns we barely know. Cleaning staff push rolling buckets, sleepy children move too slow. You just tilt my travel pillow, let my shoulder find your chest. Say your softer way of seeing keeps my scattered heart at rest. Every simple honest sentence turns this waiting hall to grace. Every small exhausted chuckle paints warm color on your face. In this overnight bus terminal between two cities, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the ceiling lamps above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the engines out of sight. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm unhurried time. In this overnight bus terminal between two cities, life feels real. Crinkled snacks and paper coffee while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow builds more distance than my courage understands, I will think of plastic armrests and your steady, gentle hands. Soon we walk toward different coaches, doors will swing and curtains shake. Crowded roads and dawnlit checkpoints pull our stories into wake. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want this moment folded quiet in my chest, echoed names and humming engines where our hearts could sit and rest. Behind us, blurry charts still in my eyes. Escalators hum beneath me, food court closing, neon signs. You are waiting near the hallway where the posters start to fade. Point toward a narrow stairwell, say there's still one open place. Down the steps the air grows cooler, carpet sticky, colors bright. Rows of cabinets, glowing scoreboards, pixel storms of gentle light. When you place a stack of tokens in the hollow of my hand, every sharp fluorescent memory loosens where my fears still stand. You say play until your breathing finds a softer kind of beat. Every knot inside my ribcage In this neon arcade under the cinema, I feel love, soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the game lights up above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the cabinet's subtle hum. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving drum. In this neon arcade under the cinema, life feels real. Tastic buttons, shining joysticks while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of glowing high scores in your steady, gentle hands. First round on a racing console, I keep hitting every rail. You just laugh and mark our standings with a little crooked trail. You describe a tense discussion where your care slipped out of frame. How your quiet, patient insight never reached that rushing train. I admit my hidden worry that my slower pace is wrong, that my softer style at meetings never sounds enough or strong. You just guide my clumsy fingers toward the brighter action key. Say the way you keep compassion is the winning move for me. Ticket reels begin their chattering, prizes shimmer on the wall. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this basement into calm. In this neon arcade under the cinema, I feel love, soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the game lights up above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the cabinet's subtle hum. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, forgiving drum. In this neon arcade under the cinema, it feels real. Tastic buttons, shining joysticks while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of glowing high scores and your steady, gentle hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and restless inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want this stairwell printed bright inside my mind. Prize wall full of tiny keychains, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow pixel signboards when our strength feels paper thin. Let this humming neon basement be the door we walk within. Office doors release the thunder, emails echo in my head. Neon streaks along the main road, horns complain in lines of red. You are waiting by the crosswalk with a folded borrowed card. Say the central library's open, wanna hide before it's dark. Side streets, hills toward the river, rain begins to blur the signs. Stone steps lead between tall pillars, posters curling at the sides. When we push the heavy doorway, warm and quiet wraps the hall. Every harsh fluorescent memory feels a little less like law. You press one slim elevator button, whisper top floor reading room. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly loosens on the move. In this rainy reading room in the city library, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the desk lamps up above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the traffic far below. Light chill pop drums on my breathing keep a calm forgiving flow. In this rainy crooked paths. You describe the sharp decision that rewrote your careful plans. How your quiet, patient inside never reached that crowded floor. How you nodded through the outcome with your chest still asking more. I admit I nearly folded when my slide refused to load. Kept my answers measured even while my hopes slipped down the road. You just pull a scrap of paper from a borrowed mystery spine. Say your softer way of seeing keeps my scattered world in line. Rain keeps tapping coded rhythms on the glass beyond our view. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this silent room to truth. In this rainy reading room in the city library, I feel love. Soft, clean guitars inside my heart beat like the desk lamps up above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage like the traffic far below. Light, chill pop drums along breathing keep a calm, forgiving flow. In this rainy reading room in the city library, life feels real. Shelves of stories, fogged up windows while you ask me how I feel. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of turning pages in your quiet, steady hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want these book spines printed bright inside my mind. Quiet aisles and whispered footfalls, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow worn out stairwells when our strength feels paper thin. Let this rainy city library be the door we walk within. My face, neon letters on the towers blur into a single haze. You are waiting by the crosswalk with a tote bag on your arm, nod toward a narrow doorway set between two closing marks. Little bell above the frame line, hand painted open till late. Wooden shelves in tight line rows, paper dust and quiet air. When you lead me past the counter toward a staircase at the back, all the sharp metallic minutes start to loosen, start to bend. You say there is one more level where the noise turns soft and slow. Every knot inside my ribcage gently starts to let me go. In this corner bookshop with the hidden loft cafe, I feel love. Soft, clean guitars inside my heart, they like the yellow lamps above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage like the kettle on the bar. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm, unhurried star. Stacked up novels, chip white saucers, jackets drying near our chairs while you ask about my daytime with a voice that really cares. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of wooden railings and your quiet, steady hands. Second floor is half a mezzanine, low roof crossed with crooked beams, old rattan and small round tables, window looking over streets. You describe the harsh discussion where your care was brushed aside, how your careful quiet insight never touched that restless tide. I admit I almost shattered when my slide refused to load, stood there answering each question while my hopes slid down essence turns this loft into a piece. In this corner bookshop with the hidden loft cafe, I feel love. Soft clean guitars inside my heart beat like the yellow lamps above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the kettle on the bar. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing keep a calm unhurried star. Stacked up novels, chip white saucers, jackets drying near our chairs. While you ask about my daytime with a voice that really cares. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of wooden railings and your quiet, steady hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want these book spines printed bright inside my mind. Steam above the small espresso, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow fading streetlights when our strength feels paper thin. Let this hidden upper reading room be where we walk back in. Like static, spreadsheet shadows in my eyes, turnstiles click in succession, buses smear the streets with light. You are waiting by the corner where the taxis drift and fade, point toward a glowing signboard, silver letters, window shade. Kitchen stays awake till sunrise, we could sit before you break. Sidewalk tilts toward the station, rain still shining on the brakes. When we push the metal doorway, smell of battered coffee steam. Every sharp fluorescent sentence slides a little from my skin. You say, let the syrup soften everything they could not hear. to shine. Every simple, tender sentence turns this booth to gentle light. In this all-night pancake diner near the station, I feel love, soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the counter lights above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage, like the trains beneath the floor. Soft pop rock drums along my breathing, keep a calm, forgiving score. Sticky menus, chipped white saucers, jackets resting by our knees, while you ask about my daytime with a voice that lets me breathe. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of maple rivers in your quiet, steady hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want this diner printed bright inside my mind. Midnight plates and humming coffee, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow faded platforms when our strength feels paper thin. Let this sleepless corner shelter be the door we walk within. Office doors release the evening, numbers buzzing in my mind. Neon streaks along the main road, buses breathing tired lines. You are waiting by the footbridge with a canvas at your side. Say the pottery place is open, wanna shape instead of hide. Down a lane beside the river, rusty gates and faded signs. Little studio with tall glass shelves of bowls and crooked lines. When we step into that warm room, smell of clay and quiet glaze. Every sharp fluorescent echo starts to soften, starts to fade. You tie aprons at the counter, press a lump into my hand. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly loosens where I stand. In this weeknight pottery studio by the river, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the hanging lamps above. Warm low bass within my ribcage, like the water moving slow. Light chill pop drums along my breathing, keep a calm unhurried flow. Spinning wheels in shallow basins, hands still damp from river rain, while you ask about my daytime with a voice that holds my name. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of turning circles in your steady, gentle hands. Teacher shows us how to center, palms pressed firmly, pressure kind. You describe that harsh decision that rewrote your careful lines. How you're quiet, patient inside, never reached that crowded floor. How you rode the lift in silence with your chest still wanting more. I admit I nearly crumbled when my chart refused to show. Held my posture by the whiteboard while my hopes sank far below. You just guide my shaking fingers, keep the rim from falling in. Say your softer way of seeing keeps my rushing world within. Clay slips slowly through our fingers, shallow bowls begin to rise. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this workshop into skies. In this weeknight pottery studio by the river, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the hanging lamps above. Warm low bass within my ribcage, like the water moving slow. Light chill pop drums along my breathing, keep a calm unhurried flow. Spinning wheels in shallow basins, hands still damp from river rain, gentle hands. There will come return in seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want these kiln doors printed bright inside my mind, rows of dry and fragile pieces, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow narrow pathways when our strength feels paper thin. Let this riverside clay shelter be the door we walk within. Office lift doors sigh behind me, numbers buzzing in my head, neon streaks along the crosswalk, taxis smear the streets with red. You are waiting by the corner with a cardboard box of pots, nod toward a narrow alley where the traffic sound grows soft. Down the lane the air turns earthy, bricks are chipped and signs are small, little window full of greenery, painted letters on the wall. When we step inside that doorway, leaves and soil replace the noise. Every harsh fluorescent meeting starts to loosen from my voice. You say pick one tiny forest, let it sit beside your bed. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly softens when you laugh. In this tiny plant shop at the end of the lane, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the hanging lights above. Warm low bass within my ribcage, like the distant city hum, like chill pop drums along my breathing. Keep a calm, forgiving drum, rows of succulents and ivy crowding over wooden crates, while you ask about my daytime with a voice that never blames. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of quiet leaves in your warm, unhurried hands. You brush soil from little labels, read the names in gentle tones. Tell me how the last discussion left you standing there alone, how your careful, quiet insight never reached that crowded floor, how you held the room's decision with your chest still wanting more. I admit I almost crumbled when my slide refused to load, kept my posture near the whiteboard while my hopes sank down the road. You just turn a softer spotlight on a plant with crooked stems, say it still grows toward the window just like you lean into care. Every soft, unhurried sentence turns this narrow room to grace. Every small, exhausted chuckle paints warm color on your face. In this tiny plant shop at the end of the lane, I feel love, soft, clean guitars inside my heartbeat, like the hanging lights above. Warm, low bass within my ribcage, like the distant city hum, like chill pop drums along my breathing. Keep a calm, forgiving drum, rows of succulents and ivy crowding over wooden crates, while you ask about my daytime with a voice that never blames. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of quiet leaves in your warm, unhurried hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and glowing inbox, pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want these green shelves printed bright inside my mind, misted sprays and cracked clay saucers, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow hidden alleys when our strength feels paper thin. Let this end of lane small forest be the door we walk within. Doors sigh behind me, numbers buzzing in my head. Escalators hum around us, food court lights are turning red. You were waiting by the railing with 2 tickets in your hand. Point toward a glowing signboard, say let's go beneath this land. Down the stairs the noise grows muffled, tiles turn dark and cool and blue. Tunnel walls show floating creatures, painted currents sliding through. When we reach the glass pavilion where the tanks line up in rows, every harsh fluorescent meeting starts to loosen in my bones. You say watch the lazy stingray, let your breathing match its glide. Every knot inside my ribcage slowly softens at your side. In this city aquarium under the shopping mall, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the water light above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the filters humming low. Light chill pop drums long my breathing keep a calm forgiving flow. Schools of silver turning slowly past our faces in the glass, while you ask about my daytime with a voice that lets me pass. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of drifting creatures in your quiet steady hands. We sit down beside a viewing dome where children press their cheeks all day. Shadows cross like cloudy planets, tiny worlds in gentle waves. You describe a sharp decision where your care was brushed aside. How your quiet, patient insight never reached that busy tide. I admit my hidden worry that my slower pace is wrong, that my softer way of working never sounds enough or strong. You just nod toward glowing jelly, drifting soft without a sound. Say the way you hold compassion is the light that pulls me out. Blue reflections move across you, painting patterns on your face. Every gentle, simple sentence turns this basement into grace. In this city aquarium under the shopping mall, I feel love, soft clean guitars inside my heartbeat like the water light above. Warm low bass within my ribcage like the filters humming low. Light chill pop drums on my breathing keep a calm forgiving flow. Schools of silver turning slowly past our faces in the glass, while you ask about my daytime with a voice that lets me pass. If tomorrow stacks more targets than my courage understands, I will think of drifting creatures and your quiet steady hands. There will come returning seasons full of clocks and crowded calls, packed out lifts and glowing inbox pressing shadows on our walls. On those days I want this ocean printed bright inside my mind. Curved glass tunnels moving daylight, your kind profile by the sign. We will follow quiet stairways when our strength feels paper thin. Let this hidden underwater world be the door we walk within.